Now, I can't believe he said this in public. US to attack Taiwan, CIA involved with 9/11. Now, here's a scenario. Think of a kid playing with his favorite toy in the park, right? Another kid, he comes along and says, that looks like my toy. I left it here in the park yesterday. Now, how would you feel if the first kid suddenly dropped the toy, started stepping on it, kicking it around, pouring dirt all over it, and bombing it with several missiles? Okay, I was exaggerating at the missiles part, but you guys get the point, right? The toy is now destroyed. And it looks like a typical, if I can't play with a toy, neither can you situation, right? Well, that seems to be what's happening with the United States and Taiwan, as a member of Congress just threatened to blow up Taiwan's semiconductor plants if China invades them. Wow. Now, it's not like we need more enemies at this point, right? I think we're good on enemies. Yeah, we're good. Now, on that note, what are you guys' thoughts on the whole 9/11 attacks? Now, yes, I know it has been some years, but some continue to claim that this may have been an inside job with the CIA being involved. What do y'all think about that? Now, these are some very heavy allegations, one that we just cannot take lightly. However, it's an idea that's also being floated around by an ex-FBI agent. So what is it about conspiracy theories and their relation to the truth again? We got some crazy stories for today, so make sure you guys watch until the end. And let's not waste any time, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Also, if you own a home, make sure to get your free home warranty quote. Never be caught off guard again by another very expensive, unexpected home repair again. Get your free home warranty quote linked down below in the description of this video. Now, with allies like the United States, who needs adversaries, right? Now, that's probably what Taiwan is thinking of right now, as Congressman Seth Moulton of Massachusetts, he recently said this in a live panel.
Making it very clear to the Chinese that if you invade Taiwan, we're going to blow up TSMC. I just throw that out not because that's necessarily the best strategy, but because it's an example of debate that's out there. And of course, the Taiwanese really don't like this idea, right?
The blowing up TSMC. If you do that, you have a $2 trillion economic impact on the global economy within the first year, and you'd put manufacturing around the world at a standstill. I mean, this is a terrible idea.
The TSMC, or the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, produces, well, obviously, semiconductors. And Michelle Flournoy, former Undersecretary of Defense, is right. This is a terrible idea. But you know what? Let's call it what it is. It's a dumb idea. I mean, just imagine telling your ally that if they're attacked, you'll attack them first. I mean, do they even think before they say these things out loud? President Biden has already confirmed that our military will have boots on the ground if an invasion from China does happen. But what will they do actually on the ground? And just to add to this, since it's already becoming next to impossible to find this footage, even though Moulton ended his statement in a sort of hypothetical way, he also confirmed that this is being actively debated amongst US policymakers. Guys, they're actually talking about this possibility. And he said Taiwan wasn't very happy about the idea. In fact, Taiwan's defense minister said that the armed forces are responsible for defending their country and their people, which also includes everything in it. Now, he was also quoted as saying this: if they want to bomb this or that, the armed forces will not tolerate this kind of situation, end quote. Former US National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien, on the other hand, he saw the bombing of Taiwan's semiconductor plants as a sort of a sacrifice, basically saying that the United States and its allies are never going to let those factories fall into Chinese hands, end quote. Now, he compared it to how Britain chose to destroy France's naval fleet after they surrendered to Germany, killing over 1,000 sailors. China's state counselor and foreign minister had this to say regarding O'Brien's comments, quote, why does the United States keep on professing the maintenance of regional peace and stability while covertly formulating a plan for the destruction of Taiwan? Honoring such an individual shows that Democratic Progressive Party authorities do not mean it when they say they love Taiwan. The truth is that they've been selling Taiwan away, end quote. So what do you guys think? Is this one of the worst ideas that we've heard from the government officials in a long time? Oh, and you know that there's a TSMC facility being constructed in Arizona, right? Now, I just want to share with you guys that they had a fire recently, but thankfully, nobody was injured. You can't threaten to blow up a semiconductor plant and then have one that's just being constructed catch on fire at the same time. That's just a bad combination. But again, share your thoughts down below in the comments. Now, I'm not trying to stir up any kind of conspiracy theory with regards to semiconductor facilities being built there. I'm just reporting what's happening. But since we're already speaking about theories, have you guys heard of the one where the hijackers of the 9/11 planes were actually living in our country and were being supported locally? I mean, check this out.
Danny Gonzalez was an FBI agent who worked on Operation Encore. He showed us the neighborhood the hijackers lived in before they crashed American Airlines Flight 77 into the Pentagon. This is Gonzalez's first television interview about the case.
19 hijackers cannot commit 3,000 mass murders by themselves.
Based on what you found, do you believe there was a domestic support network for the hijackers?
Obviously.
No question.
But I can't comment on it, but you don't have to be an FBI agent with 26 years of experience to figure that out.
Does this surprise you? I found an entire declaration from Donald Kane Storaro, who is a supervisory investigator at the United States Department of Defense, where he cites that he started an investigation on the possible involvement of the Saudi Arabian government and the Central Intelligence Agency, or the CIA, way back in July 2016 regarding the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Declassified documents show that back in February of 2000, in a restaurant in Los Angeles, a Saudi intelligence asset met with the first of the hijackers to arrive in the United States. Now, one of the Saudi assets who worked with the Saudi government in California, he even helped the two get an apartment in San Diego. The two even took flying lessons in Arizona. One with former FBI agent even writing a memo that, hey, I think that there's terrorists who are taking flying lessons right here at home. Isn't that crazy? Now, to my knowledge, the investigations are still going on, and the problem with this is that it limits what these people can tell us. They can have all the evidence in the world to prove who did all this stuff and who they were connected to, but since the investigations are still ongoing and who knows when it's going to end, they can't share everything with us. Isn't that convenient? You guys should know that the FBI released these redacted files about 9/11 to the public. But, and again, this is just me putting on an imaginary tinfoil hat here, right? Why did they wait 20 years or so until showing us this? And believe me, these files are heavily redacted. And it's why I mostly read Canestrato's story, because it seems to fill in the gaps. Now, here's a question. Are they releasing these just to distract us? And if so, what are they really trying to distract us from? Because who knows how we're going to hold people accountable, especially if the CIA was involved and more than 2 decades have already gone by, right? What are your thoughts on all this? Is this something that needs to be focused on? Or should we now keep our guards up on what else may be happening in the country right now? Now, if you ask me, prices continue to soar. It's just what's happening. Household savings continue to dip while inflation still feels like it's double what we're being told it is. And don't even get me started on government benefits like SNAP and EBT. Those things need more work. Let's not forget about Social Security. But what can we do? We can't put our trust onto our government alone. We need to act today. Tell you what, if you have the time to watch videos online, then maybe you also have the time to learn about different money-making opportunities. You guys can drop me a comment down below if you want to learn more about side hustles, small businesses, home-based businesses, investments in the stock market, and investments in real estate, basically tried and tested methods that I've actually done myself to generate multiple streams of income. If you guys want to learn more about these different opportunities, hit me up in the comments section down below. Financial freedom is within reach, but gotta work together. Now, before I go, guys, do me a favor, drop a like for the video. Also, sharing this video helps out a ton. Don't forget to subscribe for your daily dose of the truth. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.